Epic Gaming Night is made possible by the support of patrons like you. Welcome to the Epic Gaming Night podcast, a podcast about the stories and relationships board games create. I'm your host, Roy Canny, and with me, as always, is Matt.
Hey.
And Rob.
Hi.
Oh God, that was amazing. Rob had like a crack just before he came on.
He had a full-on panic attack while the intro was playing?
I'm assuming somebody he's working with has decided to go a little crazy.
No, man, I got these stupid agents who they fill out paperwork. And, never mind. I don't want it.
The rant!
You want me to rant or not rant? I won't. It's not board game related, so.
But yeah, works crazy.
Stupid people, man.
Well, we are halfway
Old
through the
school,
year of 2017, and we're going to be talking about some of our thoughts on 2017 so far. But before we do that, I guess we can get into some of the news things. I meant to mention it last week, but we'll mention it now that me and Rob are going to Dice Tower Con. I know we've said it on the podcast before, but going to be doing all sorts of awesome stuff there. I know Rob's going to be doing a bunch of like demo stuff, right, Rob? Or just for the last 2 days?
All day Friday. And this is just during the con. So, like, after the main hall closes, I'll be down to clown and play a bunch of stuff. But Friday, I am helping demo at the Gray Fox booth. And Saturday, the first half of Saturday, I'll be demoing. But I'm pretty much going to be at the con all day Wednesday to play and hang out. I'll be there all day Friday and Saturday. Thursday, I got a hookup for my dad for a place for us to stay. And so I'm going to try to say, hey, Dad, thank you, and hang out with him on Thursday. So I may be able to do like dinner or games later that night. But so, yeah, anyway, sorry.
Awesome. And you're going to be doing demos for Gray Fox or whatever?
Yes, sir. Gray Fox Games, great company. Weird people. That's how you know they're a great company. Josh is fantastic. And they actually make really good games.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got planned to play a game of Rex with Emerson and Josh and Mark and Crystal from Board Game Blitz, and it might be crazy. I've already been like trying to trash talk Josh
Crystal
already. So
Crystal, you mean
not Danielle, Crystal.
Oh,
I don't get the names wrong.
I mean, technically, Rob didn't get the names wrong. You got the people mixed up.
I guess, however you want to say it.
That's fine.
It's funny because Danielle and or Jake and Danielle and Crystal were talking about trying to meet up for like dinner, and they were like trying to invite me and Rob to like go and hang out with them or whatever. I'm like, but what will Rob do when Danielle and Crystal are in the same place at the same time? Will just like reality like implode on itself?
Probably.
But awesome. But yeah, we're super excited about hanging out with a bunch of the little event thingies that I guess is going on and things like that. Gonna do like the game shows and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with all the things at Dice Tower Con. If you are there and you see me or Rob, make sure to come say hi to us, because like that's the best part about like these conventions is getting to meet people that like know Epic Gaming Night. And I mean, there's people that know us from the videos and people that know us from like different things like Favorite Game Friday and stuff like that. But the people that know us from the podcast,
Y'all
like,
are
special place in our heart. So definitely make sure to come and say hey if you listen to the podcast, and say, hey, where's Matt at? We miss his beard.
Hey, if you find me at Dice Tower Con, it's going to be you win $100 prize. So keep your eyes peeled. It'll be great.
Okay, real quick, how amazing would that be though? If like I could see like you and Hector just come in through the back,
On the
surprise!
slide. Just walking around ducking people. I'm like, all right, Adam. Here you go.
Or they just jump some random dude with like scruffy hair and a beard, and they're like, Matt! And it's like, not Matt at all. Just some
Where's
random
my
dude.
$100?
Give me my $100!
Man, come on. If me and Hector were there, they'd have to find us at restaurants.
Oh, man, I'd let Hector in if he just brought those Cokes.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Freaking love that guy.
Awesome. Well, the other thing I want to talk about is something crazy that I thought was very April 1st-ish. I didn't think it was real at first. I was like, let me go check and look into this. But apparently Game of Thrones Catan is a thing. So they're making Fantasy Flight Games is making a Game of Thrones version of Settlers of Catan. But it's like Settlers of Catan, like the Night's Watch or something like that. So it's all about like the wall and the wildlings coming over and different things like that. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how that all interacts with trying to protect the wall, but also playing Settlers of Catan. I don't really understand.
I've never played Settlers of Catan, but because it's that IP, I'd try it.
I know. I was like, I'm interested to try this, but it doesn't make me want to rush out and buy it. It makes me want to rush out and try it, or at least like get some more info on it first, because I'm like, oh, that's interesting and intriguing, but I wouldn't like blind buy without knowing anything about it. Just seeing the names doesn't make me want to be like, oh yeah, let me get that. I want to.
Is
see
Adam Sparkles going to Dice Tower Con?
What?
I don't know. I was just saying that.
I haven't been able to tap and chat yet, guys. I'm sorry. I'm filling out paperwork here, but sorry.
I feel
Long
like
day.
I'm the opposite of you guys. I think Game of Thrones is getting to be like a meme sort of thing where it's like, guys, check it out, Game of Thrones, everything, Game of Thrones, Zombicide, Game of Thrones,
Matt, you're
No.
so
all
hipster.
that stuff.
Matt, you're
just
so
saying,
hipster. Matt's like,
that's
oh my
great.
gosh, it's too popular. Fallout's too popular. I don't like Fallout anymore. Game of Thrones is too popular. I don't like Game of Thrones anymore.
Okie doke. I mean, it's not that great, but
I like it.
What isn't
I
that
think
great?
I think the last few episodes of the last season were like solid. Didn't you say you watched like the one battle, Rob, or whatever?
Yeah, I've only ever watched like the last 2 episodes of every season. Outside of that, it's just a little.
that's how the action is.
It's a little too graphic for me.
Yeah.
And so, but in the last 2 episodes, episode 9 is typically where the murders and the battles happen. In episode 10, they set it up for the next season, and then I can always catch up on what I missed on YouTube. And it's not even like the show. I just love the world. I love the fantasy aspects of it and element. And one day I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read all the books once they're all done. That's what I'm more interested in and stuff like that. It's not that it's just like Game of Thrones IP or something like that, but I love that world that was created. And, and I also love the game. I freaking love the game, and I wish that they would do more with that. So, boom.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
We'll get it.
How that turns out.
Trevor will buy it, and then he'll tell you to hold it for him.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Trevor would jump on that Catan.
I think it would be interesting to see if they try to Hasbro it, where they're like, all right, guys, here we go. This is Zombie Catan, and this is Viking Catan, and this is Star Wars Catan, and we're just all over the place.
There's already been Viking Catan. Come on, where are you at?
Speaking of Hasbro,
sort of a thing.
Are we even going to talk about Timothy Gay and his stupid challenge of
I was
Monopoly?
literally trying to not talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. I was at least going to wait until he was in the chat. I don't know.
I don't even know what's happening.
So, okay, I'll go into it. It is all over. It is all over Board Game Geek. It's all over Twitter. It's all over Facebook. It's all over everything. Apparently, Hasbro has come out with a exclusive to GameStop Monopoly Gamer. This is a Mario edition of Monopoly, which is supposed to play less like Monopoly and more along the lines of Mario Kart or Mario Party-ish. And people are on the hype train like hardcore for this version of Monopoly. And I keep checking my calendar because it doesn't seem like it's April 1st, but I might be wrong. But everybody's talking about this Monopoly Gamer game, and
everybody.
But for real though, I would play a Mario Party board game.
I know. It's interesting.
They even say it's not really Monopoly type. It's like a
I
Monopoly
mean, you
game,
have
but it's not.
you have all
really
these
If it's like a
plastic
game with a bunch of
coins.
like mini games inside of it, I think that'd be really neat.
I don't think it has the mini games though. You're just like running around the circle.
That's dumb.
Okay, I'll explain from what I know from the reviews, and people can get mad at me for talking about a game I don't really know that much. But anyway,
Wrong.
from
Mad at you.
what I got out of seeing all the different posts and reading a couple reviews and things like that, was that it is kind of Monopoly-ish, but they've taken like it literally takes like 30 minutes to play this game. So it's super short. You're rolling dice and going around the board. Each different character has different special abilities. So you have like Mario and Luigi and Bowser and the princess. And here, one of the things that kind of annoys me too is that everybody's like, you gotta buy all the stuff for it. The game is $40, and then you can buy extra characters for the game, which are $4 each. And everybody's like, you gotta get it all. You gotta get all the characters because they all have different powers. And I'm just like, I don't
Gotta get 'em
care.
all.
I am not.
Guys, we are so video games right now. It's great.
I know it's like DLC and for your
So I love
game
video games.
that came out immediately with the game, and it's just like, I do.
Come get your pre-order bonuses here, guys.
And I am willing to play the game, but I
Hey,
am not
that's
going to
why I
buy.
shop at GameStop.
I'm not going to buy before I try, for sure. I will definitely have to try this out. And I'm secretly hoping that it's terrible, so that way I can just go on a tirade and be mad about it. But it might be amazing. And 30 minutes isn't that bad. Like, 30 minutes makes a game a lot more forgiving, you know? Because, like, if it's just silly fun, 30 minutes can make it a lot better. But there's a lot of people that say they hate Monopoly but are really enjoying this game because it gives you that Mario Party-ish or Mario Kart-ish feel as you're racing around. You're rolling dice and you're getting like, there's a special die with different symbols where you can like get turtle shells and hit the other players to like make them drop coins, and you can go pick up coins. And the game ends by when you pass go, you pay to like do boss fights. And once a certain number of bosses have been beaten, then the game ends. Which really doesn't sound like Monopoly at all. Apparently there's properties and stuff you can pick
Nor
up
does
and
it
buy
sound
too.
like Mario Kart, nor does it sound like Mario Party.
Exactly. It's not exactly like any of those. If there was a game that was like Mario Party where it was a ton of mini games, that would actually be pretty cool, I think.
Bro, what if they made a board game, Super Smash Brothers?
That would be awesome too.
That would be awesome.
But apparently this is designed by the same guy who did Risk Europe, which I heard is a really good version of Risk. So hopefully people know what they're talking about. And I am interested to try it out, but it's kind of funny to see like number 3 on the hotness on Board Game Geek right now is Monopoly Gamer. So Monopoly's in the hotness on Board Game Geek.
You want to try out Risk Europe?
No, I want to try out this Monopoly Gamer.
Oh.
I'd play a different kind of Risk with you, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, good times. So there is our Monopoly Gamer tirade before Tim gets in the chat. So it might come back up again. I know you guys want to talk about Deception's end of Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It ended.
It's
pretty
over.
successfully.
Rob, you're the one that said we should talk about it.
What, bro? I'm sitting here working on stuff. I don't even know what's. I just know that it ended, and it was a good Kickstarter. And for those people that have not checked out Deception Murder in Hong Kong, it is by far, maybe not by far, because I really like other social deduction games, but it is my favorite social deduction game. It's just a solid game, and it's great for play. Group play, and it's also great for group play if you play with people that play a lot of social deduction games, because it takes the game to the next level. It's not just figuring out who the bad guy is, and so I love the creativity and stuff behind it. So yeah, if you had a chance to back the Kickstarter, that's awesome. In fact, they even offered in this Kickstarter a chance to back the edition as well as the original Kickstarter and stuff like that. So I'm pumped for it. I think it's going to be good stuff, and I just love you guys so much, and I love our fans. And I'm sorry I'm not typing or doing anything. Oh, there's Tim, freaking Monopoly Gamers.
He literally came in to the chat saying that. All of our listeners are going to be like, I don't even know what's going on now. Hey, you can check out our show live at youtube.com/Epic Gaming Night /live. On normally Tuesdays, and you can see all these crazy people in chat. But yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. The hype.
Hype. Awesome. Well, let's get into what we've been playing. I know we've played several different interesting games. Who wants to go first?
I'll let you guys go.
I can go ahead and talk about a game. I know Matt has talked about it one time. We talked about it last week, but I want to talk
about it a lot.
I want to talk about it again. We finally got to play, or I finally got to play. Caravan, aka Spice Road, the game that we talked about forever ago and had Emerson on the podcast to talk about it multiple times, and I finally got to play the game because it's finally out and people can get it, and it's great. Like, it is exactly as it is described. It is a cube pushing, like, trading game, but it's awesome, like, how easy it is to play and how simple it is and how you're just like setting up all these combos. You're basically trying to upgrade your different spices, your different cubes into other kinds of cubes to be able to fulfill these different victory conditions. Some of the victory conditions are worth more, and they like slide down, and like there's these coins that are worth 3 points for the ones that are on the very end, and then there's coins that are worth 1 point. You can try to grab those to get extra points off of them, or if there's high point ones over here, you can try to grab those. There's all these actions you play out of your hand each turn, and it has that really cool mechanic of you play a card out of your hand, and that takes your turn. You play another card out of your hand, that takes your turn. And then eventually you have to pick all of these cards back up, and that ends up taking up one of your turns. So this whole mechanic of playing all your stuff out and then picking it up at the right time. Or you can like play a couple things down and pick them back up and play them down again and try to figure out how to maximize your like action economy of like when to play your cards down. There's also a whole bunch of cards you can get out of a row that exchange cubes in different ways or give you more cubes, and it's overall a very simple game, but it's just interesting how everything interacts all together. So it's pretty interesting and exciting. So definitely I want to try. We played twice. Yeah. And I did pretty okay. I was afraid Matt was going to wreck me. The first time I counted my score, I don't even know. I just couldn't count numbers.
Yeah, that was weird. You started out, you were like 42.
I'm like, I think I lost. And I'm like, Matt, count my score for me. And you're like, no, it's way more than you counted.
It's like,
and I'm like,
59. Like, it's like 15 more.
I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. So, but yeah, I'm definitely interested to try that more. And it has me really intrigued how this whole like Century trilogy is going to work out and how it's going to work together. So I'm going to try to I'm going to see Emerson in a couple days, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to try to like shake him down for some more Century info since I've got the Century Spice Road bug that I want to try to play that more now. Awesome. Matt, do you remember the other game we played?
Yeah, we played Star Trek Ascendancy. Sorry, I had a stroke there.
Is that what that game does to you?
Man, I don't know.
I'm interested to actually hear your opinion on it because I wasn't quite sure how you felt about it while we were playing it.
I mean, it's all right. It's a bigger game without a lot of pieces. I could easily see that game going very long, and I'm growing to learn that I'm not super keen on games that are going to be like 4 to 8 hour plays.
Unless maybe you mentally prepare for it, like a Twilight Imperium.
Yeah, but Ascendancy isn't quite that long.
I could have seen that game going a lot longer, though. Like,
really?
Yeah, because it was mine and Hector's first time playing, and Hector was he had production for days and was just doing his own thing, trying to like get hegemonous like accords with the other people in his solar system and stuff, and he was just like, yay, but he was playing the Klingons, so he's like super warlike, and we didn't fight like the entire game. So if you fought, it probably increases the amount of like back and forth and then map positioning and stuff. So like basically what we were doing was just going, hey, look, I got an Ascendancy, what about you got an Ascendancy, hey, look at that, hey, this is cool, hey. And that was basically how the game went. It was okay. I like the game.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's something that I would go out and buy. I don't know that it's... But, I mean, you know, somebody's like, hey, you want to play this? I'll probably play it again.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. It's definitely like a 4X game, but has a little bit like less crazy stuff on. It's a little bit more random. Like there's definitely a decent amount of randomness in this 4X game. Space
is actually dangerous.
Space was real dangerous for Matt, for sure. Matt just kept sending Federation ship after Federation ship into these like 2 planets, and they just kept exploding on impact.
It was not good.
Apparently, when you try to land a ship on a planet, you should not directly drive it straight into the planet.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta train the pilots better, and that's really the Federation's fault. It's not mine.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I feel like if that game would have gone on much longer, like Hector was just rolling with getting good planets and like talking people into joining his like civilization. He was like the nice little Klingons over on the side. Like his race's abilities are all about attacking people and having extra stuff for combat, and he's over here just like getting other like civilizations to join him and like getting a whole bunch of extra resources. And I'm like, he's gonna steamroll us if he built a ton of ships, Matt. So it was getting pretty sketchy.
It's okay.
But it was pretty exciting. The expansions for this were supposed to be out forever ago, and I definitely would like to see what that adds to the game with extra races and the chance to be able to play 4 players would be cool, even though there's a decent amount of downtime in this game. So
how bad? Not like Forbidden Stars bad, is it?
No, not even close.
Oh, it's not Forbidden Stars bad. Combat's real simple and stuff like that, but there's a decent amount of stuff you can do on your turn, especially like in the later games or in the later turns. It just depends on how much people are moving their ships around for the most part.
Like, I really like the first part of the game, like the exploration and the trying to settle planets and stuff and get like an engine going.
My favorite part of the game is just how the board presents itself and how the planets like build. I love the little arm things that kind of like you can just kind of build out the galaxy the way you want, sort of.
Yeah. The I don't know. I feel like the latter part of the game starts to get a little bloated because everybody's got so much to do and there's all this stuff that they can do. It can start to take a bit of time and slow it down unless there's like consistent action going on where everybody's like fighting or there's some crazy stuff. It's just kind of one of those.
But yeah, they have 2 expansions that are supposed to be coming out for it, and then like they're also supposed to have a Borg expansion, which adds like either like semi-cooperative or cooperative play, and then like some weird thing where a player can actually get assimilated by the Borg, and then that player becomes the Borg that's normally an NPC. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but I would like to see at least something come out for the game because it's funny. There's a little pamphlet that comes in the box that says the Cardassians are like out now in the box. And like this was like
the
came
Kardashians?
Yes, Kardashians.
Yeah, they're my favorite race in Star Trek.
They're my favorite race. They all they just go around selling like lipstick and lip balm like to all the other galaxies and like beauty products and stuff.
Butt implants.
Yeah,
they're really fond of that. They're the Borg's main competitor.
And then like
mind implants.
Like selling
all of like the
selling band T-shirts with their faces covering up the band and stuff like that. That's what that race is all about. Anyway, never mind. But yeah, car. It's kind of sounds the same way. I think it's Cardassians is what they're called. I am not like super Trekkie about any of this stuff. I like Star Wars: The Next Generation. I watched it a lot growing up, but like I am not like super know all the lore for Star Trek at all. But I love 4X, and so that's the reason I love this game. So I feel like you can play this game even if you're not obsessed with Star Trek. Because I'm not, and I think Star Trek's great, but I don't know as much about it as some people, so not even close.
I definitely want to try it.
But yeah, now that I talked about Matt's game.
All right. It's okay. I didn't have too much to say anyway. It was all right.
Yeah.
Not my favorite, not my least favorite. Pretty good.
How would you put this in ranking? How would you put this in ranking with other 4X games along the lines of Twilight Imperium and Eclipse? And even if you had to throw in Forbidden Stars in there, like where would you?
No. Throw in
Heroes of Lander and Sea. Where would you put them all together if you had to rank them for you, Matt? Because you're not necessarily as combat driven as other people might be. You like some more of the other mechanics in the game.
Yeah, like my thing is I really like the exploration. Mm-hmm. That's like probably my favorite part about 4X games.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like Twilight Imperium is pretty solid. So it's probably gonna have to be number 1.
Yeah.
And I think I would put Honestly, I'd probably put Eclipse behind it just because it's got that exploration, but then it has a lot of like unit management and stuff, so you can deck your ships out and stuff like that, which is really cool.
We should play Eclipse again.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to spend the 4 or 5 years setting it up.
I mean, I can get it set up. The problem is playing it is not a very short thing either.
No.
It's longer than Ascendancy. Like it definitely is longer than Ascendancy.
What were the other ones? Star Trek Ascendancy, Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea.
Forbidden Stars.
Forbidden Stars is last.
Just
I think then we're gonna have Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea 4th, and probably Star Trek Ascendancy 3rd.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
Just because of the exploration aspect, like that's. I feel like in a lot of the other games, it's like, hey, look, you see the map, and it's like, okay, there's no. It's a 4x or a 3x game. It's just exploit, exterminate.
Yeah.
You're like, got it. Here we are.
I don't know. I think I might be with you. I think I might like Eclipse more than Ascendancy with the current set of what's out for Ascendancy.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that more stuff will come out for it, but that is yet to be seen. And the fact that like in Eclipse, it's like tiny little turn, tiny little turn, tiny little turn. Like everybody goes real quick around the circle, so you don't have the downtime that you have in Ascendancy, which is a positive. But it's a lot more Euro-y. It's like you're managing your resources a lot more, which is I don't actually mind in that game.
Is Nexus Ops a 4X?
It's like very basic 4X. So, and you played Nexus Ops and enjoyed that a lot too, right, Matt?
Wait, did I? Is that the one with the bugs?
Yes.
Yeah.
The neon bugs.
That was pretty good.
That's like basic. Like
another game that I own that I have not played.
Really? We should play it because it's fun.
That's like
it's actually really short. Like we could bust that out like for
children being like the 12 or 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
So Matt, if you were to add Nexus Ops to that list, where would you put it? Maybe number 3. So TI3, Eclipse, Nexus Ops, and then
I would
the
still
other
put
stuff.
Nexus Ops below Ascendancy because I feel like, again, there's not enough exploration for me. The thing I really like about Nexus Ops is like the variable height of the board. That's really cool. That's super fun. It's like, hey, get on the tower. Ha! I'm here now.
Yeah, in Nexus Ops, there's just a few
great.
little tokens on the board that you like flip over and can gain some random stuff, and maybe there's mines around or something.
Tim does bring up a good point. It's 45 minutes. It's super fast compared to all the others. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Rob, do you want to talk about that one game that you played that I think we already hinted about? Maybe. I don't know if we hinted about it, but
Which game?
Me and you got to play it.
What is that?
It's got Vikings and dice.
Oh yeah, Champions of Midgard. Sorry. Man, I played Champions of Midgard for the first time, and I really liked it. And it pisses me off because I'm like, I should have played this game a long time ago. A lot of fun. For those that have not played Champions of Midgard, it is basically a Euro adventure game, but it doesn't really feel like a Euro other than the fact that you have your worker placement. But a lot of fun. Love the theme. Great game. Great mechanics. And I love how you can backstab people without backstabbing them, but you are backstabbing them because there were times where Roy took the positions that I wanted to take. And I was like, bro, why'd you do that? And he got those extra red spearmen. And I was like, you suck. But it was such a fun game.
That's classic worker placement right there.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I really enjoyed Champions of Midgard. And I'm excited now for the expansions. That's like I almost backed the expansions, but it was when the Kickstarter came out, it was simply because I like Josh and Gray Fox Games. Had never played the game before. And now I'm like, idiot, you should have got it. Because it's a game that I definitely want to get to the table more, and I think it's a game that's like pretty easy to teach, and I'm excited about demoing it actually at Dice Tower Con, and I've got some people here like at church and stuff that like we started a little gaming group, and I think it's one that'll go over really well with them and stuff like that. And I got to play a bunch of other games, but yeah, Champions of Midgard, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
I should have paid attention to the Kickstarter. I backed it, got both the expansions and the base game. I didn't look at any of the rule sets for any of the expansions.
Yeah, I have no idea what
that's how much I like the base game.
Do you want me to tell you what's up with the expansion? Because I ran Rob through it a little bit when I was trying to help him out with demoing it or whatever.
Sure, give me like a
There's
real brief
two
run.
different ones. I'm not sure which ones involve which things because I just watched both of the reviews for them back to back. But they both, each one adds a new type of dice. One's green and has like archers, and the other one I think is like Valkyrie or something like that. So you got new dice types you can get with have like some different things on different sides. Like I think there's a die that like has like attacking and shields on the same side of the dice, which would be really cool if you roll that side. So that sort of thing is cool. One of the expansions also adds a special die for your actual like character that you are, like your hero that you're playing as. So you have a die that you can use, but if it dies, then you no longer have that die for the rest of the game. So it's kind of like
If the die dies?
when do you choose to use that die? There's also extra special abilities for each character. So they kind of like balance the characters a little bit. If there were characters that weren't necessarily as good as other characters, they gave them like a new secondary special ability, which helps them out. Now, whenever your dice die, you can get tokens for those dice. And there's like another type of like monster things you can fight with the tokens you get for the dying dice. So now if you get a whole bunch of dice and they die off, you still have this extra resource that you can kind of like spend to get other victory points in different ways. So there's things you can like kind of fight with these like dead souls, like Valhalla souls or whatever they are. I'm not exactly sure the theme or how exactly it works, but this is just my understanding of it. And then there's also like more stuff you can fight, more monsters. Like there's a giants board or whatever, and you can go and fight the giants and things like that, and just more areas for you to go off and fight more monsters that can give you more points, and they'll have other crazy abilities that interact with the new dice and things like that. Just lots more stuff, lots of cool stuff to add to it. Nothing that makes it really too much more complex that it looks like, but just new things, more awesome things.
I wish more worker placement games would do like the Lords of Waterdeep thing, where you could buy a building and place it on the map, and
So
then
that other people get the resources from.
Yeah, I really really like that mechanic in Lords of Waterdeep, even though the game for me is, I mean, it's all right. It's not like my favorite, but like that mechanic is just really good.
Yeah.
I think it would be neat, but oh well.
Good times.
Yeah.
I also
Awesome.
played Cash and Guns, which I hadn't played
Hey.
That's awesome.
in a while. Man, that's a fun game, man. Really enjoy Cash and Guns. It's one of those party games that I was like, man, I'm playing with some crazy people that talk about guns a lot. So let me bring out this party game. And it went well. It went well. They really enjoyed it.
Nice. Awesome. What do
So-
we have? Anything else that we've been playing we want to talk about? I think we're pretty caught up on that, right?
I mean, I
Yeah,
can keep
I think
buying games, but I'm not playing them. I'm trying to take up Rob's slack for this year.
You keep buying games off Kickstarter that are not going to appear until forever.
Man,
Here's the thing, though.
you say that, but almost all of my games, except for the Cool Mini or Not games, will be here this year.
Well, I guess
So-
that's pretty solid. And of course,
here's
Cool Mini or
the-
Not games are not going to be here this year.
No.
Here's the thing, Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
I have spent quite a bit of money this year on games. Notice how I whispered. But I have spent quite a bit of money. It's not like I just haven't gone crazy like buying everything. But I bought that stupid ugly game Ethnos.
Dude,
bought
we need to
Postal
play
Explosion.
Ethnos. I hope we get to play that this week. We need to play.
Let me tell you, this is my happy face for playing Ethnos.
Come on, Rob.
If you guys play it this weekend, also play Spice Road, and let me know what you think about the differences between
Oh,
the two.
They're not even close to
out
the
of
same
my
game.
way to play.
I know, but you
Spice
compared
Road.
them when we were playing the other day.
I mean, they're both like light, fillery games to me, but
So, but I am going to bring Ethnos. I do want to play it. I did spend the money on it to get it. I know all that stuff, but yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm not going crazy. Printer offline. The printer is not offline.
random outbursts.
But anyway, yeah, man. Well, I don't even know what I was talking about. I'm trying to
It's
get all
okay.
this stuff done, man. People just don't like me.
I'm gonna get there tomorrow. I'm gonna
You're
like
not.
check your luggage and be like, Rob, Ethnos is in here, right, man? You got to bring Ethnos.
Yes, it'll be in there.
Hey, Rob's gonna get down to Florida and be like, I forgot to pack pants.
No, that's me. I've got all this stuff packed except for the stuff that I actually need to go. So.
Nah, it's gonna be good.
Nice.
How's there one document waiting?
Random outbursts. Awesome. Well, our topic tonight is we're halfway through 2017, and we're going to talk about what we think about the first half of the year and what we think about what's going on in board gaming. So, what do you think about the first half of the year in board gaming, guys?
Uneventful.
Yeah, I feel.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like the second half normally has way crazier stuff going on. So I feel so far, I mean, there's been some really cool Kickstarter stuff that people have gotten a hold of and be like, okay, cool, I got this Kickstarter in or that Kickstarter in. So people are like hype about those things. But I think the first half of the year, I don't know. Like I felt like there were games that are way more hype for like last year.
I wouldn't say uneventful or anything like that. It's just different. It's just we've gotten a lot of hype, I would say, the first half of the year of what's to come. But nothing big has dropped yet other than Century Spice Road and other things like we've seen advertisement for games to come out and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say it's uneventful.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Come on. But yeah, I mean, we've definitely done a lot of like awesome stuff though, so that's cool.
Well, I mean, look at some of the big things that have happened this year already. I mean, if we just want to, while I'm letting my system redo its stuff, look at the things that have happened this year. Business-wise, freaking Cool Mini or Not has gone super platinum, and they decided to become a huge company, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge deal in the gaming industry. And now a lot of big companies are starting to exclusively pick up game designers. Even Plaid Hat Games. Who was the guy that made City of Remnants? Not City of...
Are you serious? Isaac Vega?
No, not Isaac Vega. No, but who's the guy? His family member, his child is one who's really sick. He did game design.
Oh, yeah.
Game designer. I can't remember his name.
Mr.
Bistro. He just signed exclusively with Plaid Hat Games actually this week.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't see that news.
Yeah, now he's a Plaid Hat employee, and he gets to stay in Ohio, but he's now working for them.
Oh, sweet.
You got Eric Lang working now exclusively with Cool Mini or Not. You have Asmodee constantly buying up more and more different fields of the industry. I mean, it's been an eventful year. So far. It may not have been like the biggest game release year so far, which all the cons aren't out yet. But I mean, look at everything that has happened. Look at all the Kickstarters. I mean, I've backed 7 Kickstarters this year.
Yeah.
7.
Gotcha.
That's
stupid. That's stupid. You know how many games I had to sell to justify that to my wife?
A lot.
Oh, bro. Yeah, she was like, what? I was like, no, babe, listen, I just sold my War of the Ring collection. Don't worry about it. And then, well, what about this one? Well, I just sold these 7 games to pay for this one. And what about this? So, like, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that has been going on. We even did a hot sauce challenge. That happened this year. Don't tell me
that it hasn't been eventful.
It hasn't been eventful. My anus remembers the events that have happened this year, and so does... I said anus.
Is that this year?
Oh, yeah, that was this year.
Oh, I forgot.
Matt's concept of time is not that great, obviously.
No, it's not.
And
I've
look
got
at
this
also
week pretty solid.
Century Spice Road.
Yeah.
Century Spice Road has come out. I mean, a lot of things are happening. So I say all that to say it has been eventful.
Well, Ambi reminded me that Gloomhaven technically came out this year, even though the Kickstarter was last year.
What do you mean she reminded you? I talked to you about that Friday.
And like I said, this week. It's
Matt,
Monday. It's a new week.
We need to talk about your drug habits. Come on, man. Or maybe some ginkgo biloba or whatever the old folks take for the memory. We need to get you on some. Maybe you need more drugs, not less drugs.
The thing is, my memory for most things is pretty solid. It's just
you're like I remember things that I care about.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Thanks, Matt.
It's okay, buddy.
Awesome. Do you guys think there are any particular trends currently I'm not talking about in chat, but this was already the thing that I was thinking about when I wrote this question.
I didn't even think about it until they brought it up in chat.
I was thinking about it when I typed this question. Was all the escape room games that have been coming out so far, like Unlock, great. Then there's several like box escape rooms. There's the exit games from Eagle Griffin and stuff like that. Lots of awesome. Or maybe it's Cosmos. I said that completely wrong. They're from Cosmos, but yeah, lots of awesome escape room games that are coming out, and I don't think they're going to be cooling down anytime soon. There's even more going to be coming out. I know the creators that make like Bang the Dice game and like the Bang game, they're making escape room games now too. So there's like all these companies that making tons of escape room games. And the interesting thing about them, since they're like one-time play and they're pretty inexpensive, like you can just play them whenever. So
yeah, but. Would is Exit and Escape Room, are they all app driven?
No. So Unlock, I think, is the only one that's app driven. Do
the other ones use apps at all?
I think it's like a timer, right?
But still, though.
Yeah, but
if you want to talk about
an egg
trend,
timer. So.
Is that something that we're seeing, where we're seeing more games
with apps,
with possible app integration, even if it's something very small?
I think I was thinking that was going to happen a lot more than it.
Because look at the new Mission to Mars game, or the
First Martians is going to have integration.
That's going to have a big app integration.
Yeah. So that'll be exciting to see.
It's actually, I don't think it's that big. Mostly, I was watching a video where Ignacy Trzewiczek was like being interviewed, and I was just like, "Let me learn more about this game." And like the whole video is just him going, "Guys, chill out. It's just a game. This is basically Robinson Crusoe. There's an app. It's not big. Just stop, please. Calm down."
Yeah, the hype is too much pressure.
Man, and the thing is, that video only made me more hype. And then everybody, so I read the YouTube comments, right? Because, I'm a sadist. So everybody in the comments was like, "Man, this just made me more hype." And then literally Ignacy Trzewiczek on somebody else's channel is in there going, "Guys, just chill out. It's just a game." I'm like,
yeah, but
dude, he's gonna be there. Maybe we'll get a chance. I'll be like, "Hey, man." I need to
ask that dude, when is this stupid game coming out? It's supposed to come out in April. Then it's supposed to come out in June. Yeah. And here's what I love about this backing, because I backed it. I now get like these newsletter updates.
Yeah.
For Portal games and stuff like that, and they don't even mention First Martian anymore. They'll mention expansions coming out for Hiroshima X and other things like that. They don't even mention it, and there's a lot of people in some forums online that are pretty ticked about it. Like, what's going on with this? Like, what's going on? And so it's, I don't know. I'm excited for it, but nothing's happened.
I've seen him post a lot of videos and stuff about it on Instagram and stuff like that too. So
I'll say that's also been a trend that we've seen so far this year. Delays.
Oh yeah.
I've seen more things get delayed or finally released this year than any other year, where we expected other things to happen. And it's like, nope.
I think the funny thing is Ignacy keeps saying that the hype for First Martians keeps making them be like, we need the game to be amazing and perfect and flawless, because everyone keeps hyping it so much. So I think that's part of why they're delaying it, is because people are like, it's so gonna be so good. They're like, we need to make it so good. So, but I think they've got the board. I think it's like done. I think it's like being made now. So, but he should have it when we go down to Dice Tower. Like, we can probably play it. I know that I've been talking to him about wanting to play their Alien Artifacts game, because it's supposed to be like a card game 4X game, and I've heard good things about it. So I actually like messaged him. I was like, "Hey, Ignacy, I really need to try this at Dice Tower." He's like, "Do it. I'm gonna have it." I'm like, "Yes." So I'm excited. I'm about just meeting all these people.
Amazon lists First Martians as being August 2nd, whereas Cool Stuff listed as being August 23rd.
So it'll probably definitely be a Gen Con.
That's what it seems like. Yeah. Man, I don't know.
Dude, Rob, if they announce... Did Rob leave?
No, I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out my stuff is not...
I know Portal with... Cry Havoc's pre-order program, they had a setup where you could pick up the game at Gen Con. If they end up doing that for First Martians, need me to grab it for you?
That would be cool, but We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Rob's dizzy right now. Awesome. What do you think has been your most memorable moment so far from 2017? Matt's going to be like, if it wasn't this week, I don't remember it. I think for me, one of my most memorable moments was just at Cool Mini or Not. Like, mostly all of Cool Mini or Not was amazing. But, like, getting to hang out with the Dice Star crew and playing Blood Rage with Rob and Sam and Derek was really fun. Then also meeting like Adam and like Tim, these different guys that we interact with online, was really cool as well. Even if I didn't get to play in the epic Blood Rage game that you guys did, I still don't understand how Tim won that, because I don't think he's like good at the game or anything. He just got lucky. But
oh boy,
I'm just waiting for the comments. Rob isn't here to respond.
No, I'm here. He's not that good. He got lucky.
Weren't you like just a couple points away, Rob? Just a couple points?
Well, and there were a couple things that I didn't count. And also, you know your opponents are not that good when you can complete 5+ missions in a turn and you only draw 6 cards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. Bro. Sorry.
Man, if you passed me
Tim's
two
a good
of those
player.
quests, I could have beat everybody.
Tim's a good player. He's a good guy, I guess. I mean, if you're into people like Tim, I'm not a big. Come on, please.
I ran and hid. Awesome. But yeah, do you guys have any memorable moments or most memorable moments from 2017 so far?
Oh yeah. Yeah, mine's probably the exact same. Hold on, is Adam Sparkles coming to freaking North Carolina? I'm just skipping cons and coming to Roy's one day this winter. Squatch. No, sorry. I would also have to say the same thing, and it's getting to know fans better. I mean, that's one of the things that I've really enjoyed about doing the Patreon. I would say the Patreon overall, even though Cool Mini or Not was by far the best, but the Patreon, getting to know people better.
Yeah. And having the support of a lot of super awesome people, like, it really helps us out a lot. So.
Well, I mean, I mean, yes, the support is great and stuff like that, but like some of these people, like I would, like consider friends and stuff now, and so it's just, that's been really cool and stuff like that. And then definitely at Cool Mini or Not, being able to play with Tim and I believe his brother-in-law, and then seeing Adam there, that was crazy, and just like bumping into him and getting a bunch of stuff going down. It's just and other people there as well. I remember seeing Kent and his wife, and they got to feed a freaking panda bear. I mean, how they won at life. You fed a baby panda, you win at life. I mean, just awesome stuff. And then I'm excited to meet Mark Kale at Mega Moose Con. Yeah, I totally forgot what that little man person looks like. So I'm excited to meet him. But yeah, just the fans. Man, I like meeting new people. I like playing with new people. And that's one thing I like about this group, is it's been able to do that. So that's
one of the best parts about doing the podcast as a whole has been like all the people we've gotten to meet, whether it be designers or publishers or even just like random gamers. Like, it doesn't matter. We're all gamers. So it's just really cool to be able to interact with a lot of other people that are excited about board gaming like we are. So.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? Do you have anything that you remember about 2017 so far, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, like you guys were saying, it was really cool to get to hang out with people at Cool Mini. Yeah. Atlanta's also a fun city to bop around in, so that was cool. But yeah, man.
Bro, you remember that time where you played my prototype and you were like, "This is the greatest game of all time"? Wasn't that one of your favorite moments of the year? No?
That must be where his amnesia kicked in.
I mean, that first time I played it, I really did have a good time. Like, it was, honestly, it was better than I thought it was going to be. And I don't mean that offensively. I was just like...
But when you started to fix things, you made it worse.
I didn't make it worse. I was just giving you ideas. You took those ideas.
Game design is like you just throw spaghetti at the wall until things start to stick, I guess. Just break it fast.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if anybody's going to break it, freaking Emerson Matsuchi's going to break that game. He's going to sit down and be like, statistically, this should
I'm
never
afraid
happen.
for you, Rob, honestly.
I'm excited. It's all going to be well. It's all going to go good.
He's going to be like, do you math, bro? You're going to be
I'm like, nope.
You're like, I mean, I know basic math. I don't know freaking quantum mechanics.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, man, I just throw stuff on the wall. Ask. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome. Is there anything you think that's been shocking about 2017 so far?
All these mergers.
Uh-huh.
All these
And then
just
freaking
consolidation of power to
Asmodee
war it
trying
out.
to buy out all the stuff and the distribution
fact
and
that
things like that.
Every single
Wait.
person has gone to the map program or whatever, the whole minimum advertised price. I wonder how that's gonna end up affecting everything. So good times. Big companies being big companies.
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
Yeah, but we've been talking about that stuff for forever. So that's not just a 2017 thing, because we were talking about the craziness Asmodee was doing last year, and then they changed it again. So here's the big question. So we're halfway through the year. What do you think your favorite game from 2017 that you've played is so far? What do you think is your favorite out of all those?
Ooh, I'll let you guys go. Also, because I'm working on this project.
Awesome. For me, the game that I think is the best that I've played so far, and it's not a game that I own or a game that I even think that I'm going to own, even though I guess Matt's going to own it and Hector's going to own it soon, which is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The game that I think is the best game that I've played so far is Gloomhaven, just because that game is very original and has a lot going on for it, and it's huge. And I wish I had the time to devote to something that huge, but there's a lot going on in Gloomhaven, which is really awesome. So I think the best game that I've played so far in 2017 is definitely Gloomhaven, because that thing is ridiculous. But we're only halfway through the year, so. And if I was going to name a game of the year, it probably wouldn't be that one. What do you think, Matt? What do you think is the best game that you've played so far?
I mean, that I've played. There's like 2 maybe that'll come out this year. So I'm probably gonna go with much to Tim's chagrin. I'm gonna go with Spice Road. I really like that game. I think it is very solid. Tim is in the chat hollering for Ethnos, and while I think Ethnos is a good game, I like Spice Road better than Ethnos.
Ambi, you need to break into your neighbor's house and make Gloomhaven happen.
Can I mention a game that's coming out this year that I've played, but hasn't
that's
released
further
yet?
down in the question. So,
But I have.
Well, but
played
you
it,
have
though, this
played
year.
it, so
Yeah.
there's a game that is my favorite that's not coming out till next year, and is by far my favorite game that I have played.
Well, this one is coming out this year from the games that I've played so far this year.
Okay.
Can I mention it?
I mean, that sounds fair. Like, if it's coming out.
It's coming out this year. It's just it hasn't been out yet, but we got a chance to play it at Cool Mini or Not Expo.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, it's probably a tie. Really enjoyed Godfather. I'm very excited for the Godfather. I think if you're going to talk about so far a core complete game that has come out or is going to come out this year, it's got to be that. Gloomhaven would be close, but Gloomhaven is just too big for my lifestyle right now.
Right.
Like maybe in the fall I could do Gloomhaven when like my life slows down some. But right now, The Godfather, fun. Love the theme. Love the artwork. Love the game. Really well done. However, the tie, and this is going to be weird for you guys. Maybe not weird for y'all, but for me, I thoroughly enjoyed this game, was Modern Art. In fact, I might buy Modern Art before I buy Godfather, which I say that I'm just going to add Modern Art to my Amazon cart first, and then I'll follow it up with adding Godfather. But Modern Art was a lot of fun. it was the whole bidding mechanic and trying to go against your friends and get the most money in the art and stuff like that. I don't know if I got spoiled because of the people that I played with. And granted, I only played it once. I got to play Godfather a couple times. I liked Godfather every time I played it. But Modern Art, we laughed. We had such a blast playing it, and we played it Thursday night for Cool Mini or Not. Was it Thursday or Wednesday? It was like the night before the expo started.
Yeah.
And so it was just laying out. I had no idea what it was. Never heard of it before, even though it's just a reprint. Never played it before. And it was such a wonderful surprise. And it was a lot of fun. It's one of those games where, like, it's like a Sheriff of Nottingham for me. I want to make sure I play with the right group of people, because if you just play with people, it's not going to be so much fun. But if you play with people that don't mind getting loud, I think it's a great game. But to me, those two games so far are the games so far this year. They're not the games, I think, by the end of the year, but big games.
Yeah.
Boom.
Awesome. So majority of the new games come out at the end of the year around like Gen Con and Essen, like they get announced or they get released there, and then they actually end up coming out to the public a little bit later so that everybody can get them for that Christmas rush. Do you think we'll see a lot of new exciting games that are going to exceed the ones we've seen so far coming out later in the year? You don't think there's going to be crazier things coming out?
I think they will, but here's my problem. Don't you think they would have already announced those crazier games?
I feel like a lot of them have been. Like you have First Martians is supposed to come out later this year.
I feel like there could be I always feel like there's exciting games that you don't hear about that are like some of the best game of the year, that either they're like hidden gems or they just like they just come out at Gen Con. Like Fantasy Flight, one of my favorite, actually literally my favorite game of last year was the reprint of Mansions of Madness. And it didn't come out until like right at Gen Con. Like it was at Gen Con, but they didn't tell you about it until we were driving to Gen Con. It's the first time I heard about it. So like if something like that happens, or like I didn't hear anything about Adrenaline until like Gen Con. I don't think it came out till like right either at Gen Con there were like demos of it or something, and then like it came out like at Essen or something like that. But Adrenaline was one of my favorite games of last year as well, and I heard nothing about it until like after Gen Con. So those are like a couple of games that are just like amazing that at this point in the year no one really knew much about them at all. So I'm excited to see. I mean, the biggest time of the year is Gen Con and Essen, and just so much stuff comes out that I feel like I'm hoping that it blows a lot of this other stuff out of the water. So, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, what are you most looking forward to during the second half of 2017?
Game to come out or just like event?
Whatever.
I'm going to be having a kid soon, or my wife will, so very excited for that. That's going to be a big event.
That's very soon.
Yeah.
He's coming, man.
It's like a week after Gen Con, bro. That's why I'm not able to go to Gen Con. Hey, babe, do you mind if I just drive like 10 and a half hours away? I know you're about to have this baby,
I'll
but
FaceTime
you. Right? No, I am excited for some of the stuff to be announced at Gen Con to hear what's going on, but I'm also excited for hopefully some of my Kickstarters to come in. I'm really kind of pumped for The Walking Dead No Sanctuary. I love the IP, and I like the two brothers. Cryptozoic Games, they're not known for making good IP games. However, they hired the two brothers that created Descent and did a couple of other games, and so I like those designers. And after backing it on Kickstarter, seeing some of the rules and how they're going to have it made and stuff like that, I'm pretty pumped for that. But yeah, outside of that, it's just finding out what else is coming out, and then for Adam Sparks to fly down here and hang out with us.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
hey Adam, let's play Twilight Imperium. Let's do this.
Bro, you can stay at my house.
I'm really excited for the convention. Like literally, I'm super excited for like this week. I'm kind of nervous. I was telling Rob, like, because there's so many people that I talk to online all the time that I'm gonna get to meet like in person for the first time. It'll have to be super interesting. Gen Con's gonna be ridiculous because I'm supposed to be helping out at the Dice Tower booth, which would be super exciting as well. And just seeing all the things that are going on there again is going to be a blast. And then just like all these conventions and things coming up is going to be super exciting as we go through all of those. Mega Moose Con hype. But
what?
But, yeah.
I think it's cute how like you're all nervous, like you're like going on a date or something like that. Like I don't know why you're so nervous. These are people that you in essence already know.
I know, but it's a lot of people. I feel like I'm gonna be missing out on everything all the time.
You're being like a little like, I don't know. I think you're giving away too much attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
I'm pretty sure that's how like Emerson and Steve Avery were last year, where they're like, "All right, well, it was fun talking to you for 5 minutes. Got to run and go pitch 8 games to 17 different people."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the worst. I'm hoping that this convention is going to be a little bit more laid back. I'm sure Gen Con will be like that again. Like people that are like, hey, I'm going to Gen Con. I hope to see you there. And I'm like, I hope I can give you a high five as you run past. So that's pretty much how Gen Con is. But yeah. Hype. Is there anything you're excited about for the rest of the year, Matt?
I have 10 games coming. I counted.
That's going to be ridiculous. So 10 Kickstarters are coming
11.
in.
Sorry.
11
I forgot about another
Kickstarters
one.
are coming in.
Supposedly. Now, they might not all show up this year, but most of them are slated to be delivered this year.
Sweet. I think it worked.
That's not including the 2 that come up next year. So, yeah, that's what I'm excited for.
I know you were worried about it. No! I hit print, and now it's saying it went offline. It's not offline. It just said it was online.
That's okay. It sounds like you need to buy a new printer.
Shut up. I don't...
Nice. Yeah, I'll play Monopoly Gamer with you at Gen Con, Tim. I might try to see if someone has it at this convention we're going to this week and see if I can catch up to your level of expertise. But yeah. Tim also says that in 2017, the rest of the year, memes will not stop. The memes are still coming.
Bro, it can't stop. That's how I start my day.
Oh, man.
With a cup of coffee and Tim memes.
Tim's hot fresh
It's
memes.
so freaking annoying because like I'm on like a couple different real estate groups and other things like that. So I got to check like my social media and like some of my writing stuff. And every day I can always expect at least 3 times during the day, Tim Gay posted a new thing to Board Gamer. Tim Gay commented on somebody. Check out this photo that Tim just posted. I don't care, but Tim does it. And I'm
on
like,
Facebook,
yes.
you can unfollow people. Just kidding.
I know, but I think it'll be obvious if I like block him or unfollow him, and so I don't want to be that guy.
Well, you're too kind.
Yeah.
Is there any game you want to get back to the table during the second half of the year?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there a game that you really need? Like, it doesn't matter if it came out this year or whenever. What game do you really want to get back to the table?
Yes.
Just yes. Yes is the answer.
Freaking Game of Thrones. I'm bringing it with me to Dice Tower Con. It's one of my favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love it. I haven't played it since last year at Mega Moose Con, and even when I played it then, I was working the whole time, so I didn't get to really play it. But I love it. It's a fantastic game. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm excited to get that to the table. And I want to get some zombie side to the table, but like some actual zombie side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty pumped for those games.
Yeah. I really need to figure out how to get Twilight Imperium back to the table since we're in the middle of conventions. Normally I play it in May, but I was doing like my birthday thing and we did Cool Mini or Not and we went there with like the whole family this year. So like I haven't got a chance to play my favorite game and I need to schedule a time to play it but it's pretty intense. So I have to get a weekend where I don't have 37 other things going on to make that happen. So who knows? And it's not a very good convention game either, because I like to focus on my Twilight Imperium when I play my Twilight Imperium. So it's a game where you don't really want people distracted. You want people taking their turns and trying to not publicly execute me. That's the goal. Good times. What about you, Matt? Is there something that you really want to play again?
Hey, Matt, is that Pearl Street Place? Is that where we got those habanero cheese sticks?
Yes, the ghost pepper cheese sticks.
The ghost pepper cheese sticks?
Yeah.
Bro, go grab some of them ghost pepper. Man, see, this sucks. Adam's going, Tim's going, a bunch of other people are going. If this computer dings one more time, that's not working.
This is going to make great content for the audio listeners.
Darth Grader, the ghost pepper cheese sticks are amazing. We went out of our way multiple times to get them, and Matt found what could have been his soulmate there.
I was on the way back.
But you were there. Yeah, you had gone there.
Yeah, man, it was great. Our souls were intertwined for a brief moment in a hug, randomly.
This
2 a.m. in the street.
Like, did she say she had a dream about you?
Yeah, she was like, man, I felt like I knew you were going to be here, and I knew you were coming, and I felt you all day, and I felt like I need this, and you need this, and together we're here right now. We're in this moment. She gave me a hug, and I was like, this is great. And then after I got done making sure I hadn't been robbed, I was like, oh, that was kind of pleasant. This girl was just like clearly just got out of the club, was very high on life, and was just generally very pleasant to be around. It was solid.
And you were also slightly creeped out.
Yeah, I was more just like, am I getting mugged? Is that what's happening?
And she's like, hey, can you follow me down this alley? And you just
she
be
was
like,
just hugging me, but like, no, there were other people in their party. So there was just one dude wearing a hoodie, and she was just like hugging me, and I'm like, what's happening right now?
Yeah. You're like, is this legal? I don't know.
Yeah. Man, I honestly don't know what game I want to get back to the table.
Just all of them?
Because I feel like I rotate through my games pretty frequently because I don't have a whole lot. There's a bunch of games that I still haven't played that everybody owns that I'd like to play. Like Dead of Winter the Long Night, but I own it now, so I can play it.
Yeah, man, we need to play. Yeah. We need to play that. And that's a game I'm excited for. Hopefully the Warren Colonies will come out this year.
That's going to be super exciting.
Yeah, man.
If that's a Gen Con, somebody buy it for me. I will pay you. But pick it up for me. That's a game I want. Victor, sweet. So sorry, what's going on? I'm just gonna have to, after the podcast, just like turn everything off and reset everything. So I don't even care anymore.
Technology.
Man, it's been a day, man. It's been crazy day.
If you had to guess one game that would be your game of the year, what do you think might be your game of the year by the end of the year, even if you haven't played it yet? If you think there's something that's coming out that could maybe be your game of the year, what do you think it might be?
Oof.
Ooh. My problem is there's so many games that I could think that could be that, but they're not coming out till next year. I'm like, could Rising Sun be amazing? Could Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea be amazing? But neither of those technically come out till next year. If Rising Sun is like at Gen Con type stuff, does that count as coming out this year? I mean, Eric Lang's supposed to have Rising Sun with him like this week, so maybe we'll be able to do more than just like stare at it from the other side of a velvet rope.
Yeah, man, because he's going to be exclusively demoing it to people that he demoed it to at Cool Mini or Not-Con. He's going to be like, guys, if you bought into this game yet, buy into this game. Buy into it, please. I need orders.
Me and Rob are going to make it happen this time. We need to make it happen, Rob. So.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I feel like we could take him. Pretty sure we could.
I'm not gonna touch him. I like him enough not to touch him.
I'm just gonna make Tim mad in the chat. So.
I don't know, man. I think Gloomhaven, the way that it's going right now, I mean, because it went out on Kickstarter and then came back on Kickstarter and did even better the second time. I think Gloomhaven has the chance to be the Scythe this year, because it's also a good legendary game. The way that it feels like D&D, the legendary game. So we'll see. I don't know, man. There's a lot of games like freaking Dark Souls. Have you guys played that yet?
No, I haven't played it yet.
Heard very mixed things.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking through a lot of this stuff right now, and yeah.
I feel like whatever game is probably going to end up being my favorite game of the year isn't like out yet. So maybe First Martians. You got to keep that hype up. We got to up the hype, make it more hyped.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, mine's probably going to be either First Martians or a game we haven't talked about, Charterstone.
Man,
it's supposed to come out in
October.
October.
To see what Charterstone's like too. I've
already read through the rule book.
Oh yeah, what did you think? It's like, is it city building or like civilization?
It's like competitive city building. It's kind of, or that's what it seems like. So it's very much a legacy game, and it's meant to be played over multiple games with people getting victory points and sort of accruing things. But the rule book that they have out is very bare bones. Like it's like, hey, this is what this does. This is what this does. This is what this symbol does. This is what this building does. This is what this building does. And there's like 5 buildings, and they're like, okay, we recommend that when you play the game, you just have somebody who generally knows what's going on, because the game is literally going to teach you how to play it as it goes. And I'm just like, all right, cool.
Dang, Nate said that the app for First Martians actually released today. What?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's awesome.
Dude, solid.
So, I mean, it's got to be
looking
close.
like that August release window's coming in pretty good.
Yeah,
that's what they said, but I haven't got any type of
The app's up.
Yeah, and they haven't sent that out either in an email saying, "Hey guys, our app's up." That's one thing I'm kind of disappointed in Portal Games. Their communication. Tell you what, if we were dating, I would have broken up with him.
Man, speaking of communication, Jamie Stegmaier, the guy behind Stonemaier Games, that man can put out a newsletter, let me tell you.
Dude, he doesn't play around.
Yeah.
And he comes out monthly newsletters, tells you what's going on with every game he makes, and then just gives you a brief overview of what he's doing, some rundown on some stuff. He's got like a pretty active YouTube channel, and then at the very end of it, he does this thing that I really like, where he takes and he puts the games that are coming out and the stuff that he's working on in like little bars, and lets you know where it is. So he's like, yeah, man, Charterstone will be out like October. And then the new Scythe expansion, he's like pretty much getting ready to ship it. And then it's just like, oh, this is really cool. And it just has like,
it's like
aggregate things.
Jamie Stegmaier is like board game industry god tier.
Yeah, man, he is so good.
Yeah. That's crazy. Awesome. Well, I guess we'll close and wrap this thing up. Thanks everybody for checking it out. We stream these normally on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We do want to thank our patrons so much for supporting us on Patreon. And we definitely want to thank our patron of the week.
Yes, we do. Let me
Hey.
Should I text these to you?
Do you want me to just give you the name? I'll start it off. You can.
No.
All right.
No.
I was gonna lay it up. For the alley
because let me tell you, man. There is no way that you could fit the awesomeness of this person's name in a text message.
I guess you're right.
You couldn't. You couldn't. I don't mean this. I don't mean this in a bad way or anything like that. But if your name is Gordon Snyder, you are born to do great things. You are born. You are the CEO of life. You are the guy who is making sure that the wood chip cologne smelling factory is moving along just fine. You are freaking amazing. You know why? Because your name is freaking Gordon Snyder. That is a name. That's a famous name right there. That's the name of somebody that I'm going to follow. And then in a couple years, I'm going to get jealous and eat more food and die of a heart attack because Gordon made it, and I could have made it if I had just followed Gordon in his footsteps. or her footsteps, if Gordina, whatever it is. But I didn't. And I just want to say that Gordon Snyder, you are amazing, my friend, and we appreciate you so much. And I just want to touch you, maybe like, I don't know, maybe put my hands on both of your shoulders and not shake you, but like, I'm closing my eyes, I'm seeing it right now. Like, put my hands there, like I feel like I could draw in your energy. Not do palm to palm, only because I get sweaty palms when I get excited around amazing people, and you, my friend, would get extra sweaty. But I'm talking about just reel it in. I am so thankful for what you do and for putting up with us. And to be honest, I'm surprised you're still putting up with us. I'm surprised any of you guys are still putting up with us. I can't even imagine that this happened. But freaking Gordon, bro, or gal, or brah, when we meet, the fireworks that are going to happen. First of all, they're not going to be allowed to happen, because if they were to go off, it would be another Nagasaki. That's what's going to happen, and it's just gonna. It is, man. I tell you what, I am not going to. I'm not going to show you guys my nipples right now. That's what I'm definitely not going to do. Gordon, amazing. Love you. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well,
thanks everybody for coming back week after week.
Exactly. I wonder how many people either fast forward to listen just to our Patreon announcements or skip over them. Either way, we're super excited for all of our patrons. Thank you for allowing us to do what we do. If you want to support the Epic Gaming Night podcast, make sure to go to patreon.com/Epic Gaming Night. And also make sure to hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at Epic Gaming Night. We're always posting things we're excited about over there. And make sure to check out our Favorite Game Friday over there and over on the Dice Tower. So,
have an amazing 4th of July. Have a safe holiday. Please do not burn off any hands or anything like that with fireworks, because you need fingers to play board games. So,
and if you see us at any of these upcoming conventions, whether it be Dice Tower or Mega Moose or Gen Con or anything like that, make sure to stop by and say hey to us, because you guys are amazing and we definitely want to meet all of you. So
yes, and I promise we are, or at least I am, just as weird in person. And you can ask some of the people in chat who have talked to us. I am this weird in person, but it's good. It's not too awkward, because after you meet me, you're like, yeah, I beat him at life, so it's okay.
You just your goal is to make other people feel better about themselves.
Pretty much.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us for the podcast, and we'll see you next time.
You guys are great. Peace. I still have to pack. I got a lot of stuff to do. I haven't packed. I got home, and then I got a text from Roy. Podcast hype? I was like,
Yeah, I literally was, I like cooked burgers for dinner and got like food for our kids, and like while trying to like have everything edited for Favorite Game Friday, and I was like, oh man, I gotta do this podcast show notes. And I'm like trying to like figure out what to type up, like do all these different things. And I was packing this morning and trying to get everything else ready. It's been pretty crazy. Been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us in chat. And
man,
we did this on a Monday, and we still had most of our entire crew here, so that was super awesome. Thanks all the chat crew. You guys are amazing. And
I forgot to plug Summer Games Done Quick. It's going on. Started yesterday.
We're going to start a chat roundtable podcast. I guess we're not invited to that. He's asking if other people are in, but we're not in.
Okay.
Man.
Our chat evolves into its own podcast.
This is why I leave the show.
I thought we were friends.
Only if the chat podcast commentates on our podcast. That would be hilarious. So, what did you think? What guys think about what Rob said last week? Oh yeah, it was really cool. Like the way he did this and this and this. Man, what about Rob's printer, man? Man, he had a rough time with that. What do you guys think about Rob's printer?
No, I think a lot of people are going to be like, sure wish Roy would come to his senses and find somebody else that actually likes board games, and talks about board games. So I do like board games and stuff, man. But this is just who I am. This is my life.
It's my life. Good
and
times.
it's now or never.
Man,
I'm
me
gonna live
and Rob are gonna be
forever.
together in a car for 9 hours. What are we gonna do, Rob?
Bro, I'm gonna put my headphones on and ignore you the whole time.
Really? God. Wow.
I'm just playing, man. I'm just... But seriously, it was the first thing that popped in my mind. As soon as you said, what are we going to do? I was like, music.
Well, I'm gonna go to sleep. Just kidding. Okay, guys. Well, I got to get off here so that this thing will render,
Like
so I
Super
can
Fan
edit it and put it up on iTunes.
That's the idea. So, Adam, we really can't be on the podcast roundtable. I want to be on. I want to hang out with you
Oh,
guys.
nice. They're gonna do Mystery Science Theater with Epic Gaming Night. That would be hilarious.
That would be kind of fun.
See you guys.
I want to hang out with our people.
Bye.